"If you look hard enough, you might be able to see the future through that telescope," he told me. I was young, but I still didn't really believe. As I pressed my left eye to the eyepiece, the blackness of a universe unfolded. I saw the stars, I saw lights I couldn't identify, the moon closer than ever before in the vastness of a world my young mind could never comprehend. I swiveled the neck down so I could get a closer look at my town. I could better grasp my own town. The brick and concrete was concrete in my brain. I saw my street, the street over, my school. I saw my neighbors, my favorite park, and where my dad takes me for lunch after skating on the weekend. I saw the old church. The old church was a perfect old church, complete with gargoyles. I turned the focus knob and an angry face blurred into a frightening clarity I'd never seen. Gargoyle fangs and horns seemed far sharper and far more menacing in the dark, and the coming storm didn't make the atmosphere any less frightening. Lightning rips the sky, and in a flash, something catches my eye. There's a man on the rooftop, and he looks like he's watching me, but not just watching me, he's studying me. Were we making eye contact? Could he even see me this far away? He was stone still and wearing a cloak-type jacket with full hood. He smiled a twisted smile that was foreign and familiar in the same glance, and he waved like he knew I would be there. And then the rain came. Years later, I would still from time to time see that foreign, familiar face in dreams, in passing reflections, and in my darkest thoughts. It wasn't a haunting in that I was afraid, but more of an awareness that my brain wouldn't let me forget. I helped out at the church every now and again. Its age and size were no longer instruments of unease, but sanctuary. The gargoyles and I never became friends, but we got on well enough. The church had become a bit of a second home. I took pride in greeting the ladies at the door, helping them up the front steps, and occasional light maintenance around the building. Tonight was threatening to storm, and one of the big spotlights that shone from the roof to light up the parking lot had blown. Easy enough to fix in the sunlight, but in the dark and with a looming storm, not so much. I volunteered. Before I headed up the rickety failing stairs to the roof, the pastor said, "Grab a jacket from the cloakroom." As if to emphasize the point, an authoritative thunder clapped and then rolled the outside black. I grabbed a jacket and pulled it on. As I climbed the stairs, I threw up the oversized hood just before wiggling the rusted bolt lock free. When I pushed the slightest on the door, the vicious night wind caught it and slammed it wide open, banging against the wall behind. I paused and took a breath in anticipation of my wet, cold future. I stepped out as more thunder applauded my good deed. I quickly unscrewed and swapped out the light bulbs, good as new. More thunder as I headed away from the edge and back towards the door. I looked out over the city, admiring the view from the old church's roof. I looked towards the part of the town where I used to live. I bet I can see the apartment I grew up in from here. And for no reason at all, just as a strike of lightning blew up the sky, I waved in the direction of a telescope that apparently could see the future.